Alright, welcome back to Kimchi Rednecks, everybody. I am walking down the stairwell in our building because our elevator is apparently being serviced right when I decided to go to the movies. Ain't that just my luck? Anyway, so Dune is out this weekend, and Dune is one of my favorite all-time books. So I'm going to go see if they've managed to do a better job adapting it to the screen this time than they've done before. That, and I'm going to see if I can find some other stuff to show you around AK Plaza, because I've got nothing better to do with myself, because Melissa's not here. So the audio on this is probably crap because I'm using my phone and I'm in a stairwell. But oh well. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. So here we are, Pyeongtaek Plaza once again. Always busy. So before we let you enter the building, you either have to have your QR code to check in, or you have to sign in and go through a little skin temperature thing to say you're not got the COVIDs. All right, I have gotten my ticket for the movie, and now I gotta find a place to eat. So let's see what's around here. I actually only have about 45 minutes for the movie, so I gotta find a place that looks like it'd be kind of quick here. Not the sushi though. I don't do sushi. Yep, super basic. I went for the duck galbi. We got cheese, we got chicken, we got sides. So that's gonna be lunch. All right, everybody. While I'm back in my car and I can take my face mask off so you can actually hear me speak, and it's quiet because I'm inside my car and not on a platform or something. Had duck galbi for lunch because I'm basic and I always eat at the same like 3 or 4 places anyway. Went and saw Dune. If you are a turbo nerd like me and at least the original Dune books, Chapter House, I'm not so much on, but the original Dune books are like top tier kind of stuff that you want in your life, then I give this movie about an 8.9 out of 10. It is by far the best visual representational novel I've ever seen. Great job on the cinematography, the deserts, the sandworms look awesome. The explanation of the still suits, you know, all the, like 90% of the connective tissue of the book, which granted, this movie only covers about the first 40-50% of the book, if that, but as in the book, the first part is almost completely set up. There is a bunch of world building that has to be done, and they do a pretty good job of it. If I had any real complaints, I would have to say that the movie is actually probably about 10-15 minutes shorter than it needs to be. There were quite a few scenes during the moving to Arrakis that, while not front and center, I mean, it's not the Duke and Gurney and Thufir and all that trying to find spies and all James Bondy and stuff. It was background stuff, scenes with the Shadout Mapes and the maids, and Jessica kind of ingratiating, is that the right word? Integrating herself with the peoples that got completely cut out. Just, they introduced Shadout Mapes, and then they forgot about her until the next major scene she had to be in, which I'm not going to spoil anything. If you haven't read the 60-year-old book by now, I think 60-year-old, I think it was written in the 40s or 50s, something like that. Anyway, but like all that background character building between Jessica and the maids and Paul and all that behind the scenes of the actual occupation of Arrakis, gone, cut out. The whole occupation of Arrakis took like 10 minutes, 15 maybe. Probably one of the scenes that irritated me most that it wasn't there, and I can see why they cut it out, because it doesn't pay off in this movie, but since they cut it out, it can't pay off in the next movie if they ever actually make it, thanks COVID. But there was a scene where Jessica was supposed to find a garden in the facility on Arrakis and find like hidden messages from another previous Bene Gesserit that was there. Gone. Completely gone. They mention the trees. That's all. They mention the trees. That's it. Oh yeah, these trees use a lot of water. They don't really explain how important water is on Arrakis. The whole scene with the dinner party where they talk about the water cellar, how they call him a vulture, which is an insult to the Offworlders, but it's a sign of respect to the people from Arrakis. Gone. All that, gone. They chopped everything they thought they could get away with that didn't pay off in this movie, which worries me that if they get the green light and they get the ability to make the second half of the movie, that it's going to wind up being light on the payoff because they didn't have the build up for some of this stuff. Another thing that irritated me, because it was not a thing that needed to be changed. Near the end of the movie, there's a challenge. The challenge in the book was to Paul. For some reason, they made the challenge in the movie to the mother, and then made Paul her champion. I'll have to double check, but I do not remember that going that way in the book. And then there was a whole lot of Bene Gesserit training stuff that was cut out of that scene because she wasn't allowed to talk in the book, and there's stuff cut out. That's the bit that irritates me. However, as much as I'm complaining about the bits that they cut out, by far the best version of this ever put on film. They went to the nines. Dude playing Baron Harkonnen, the Skarsgård act. Can't remember which one. There's like 4 of them. Great job. Excellent job at playing the Baron. Hell, even Batista, the only problem I would give his version of Raban is that he doesn't have any hair. If I remember correctly, I believe Raban was supposed to be a redhead. Or I may just be remembering that from the 1984 movie. The older you get, the more jumbled it gets in your head. They brought in the Sardaukar. They actually explained the Sardaukar better in the movie than they did in the original book. So, hey, there's a thing. But before I ramble on too long, I have got to head back toward the house now. But I think on the way, I'm going to stop and see if Cosmic Cats is open. Because I've been on my soup diet since Melissa went back to visit the folks. You can tell she's not here at the moment. And while I probably haven't really lost any weight, I actually feel pretty good. So I need to sabotage all my progress with coffee and donuts. Let's go see if Cosmic Cats is open. Yep, Cosmic Cats. Just what I need. Alright guys, that's me back from the store with coffee and donuts. Living that life. So here's my message for the day. I have a message today. If you have local stores that do things that you like, go buy something from them. I like a Dunkin' D or a Krispy Kreme as much as the next guy, but if you have a store that makes great stuff locally, you gotta buy stuff from them. They can make the best donuts in the world, but if people don't buy them, they go out of business. So if you want those awesome donuts to be there, or an awesome steak, or an awesome Italian, or whatever, go buy something. Anyway, that's my self-righteous message for the day. My phone can't seem to autofocus on my face for some reason. So I'm going home to the doggos. Like, subscribe, do the internet stuff. We'll see y'all next time.